Hey, it's Ricky from All Sorts of Words, and happy 4th of July. Today, in celebration of our nation's birthday, I was hoping to ignore the sovereignty of some packages. I did some shopping lately on Whatnot, eBay, a whole bunch of nonsense. I know I just said I was going to save money for the next couple months, but gosh darn it if I didn't find some more deals and steals. I didn't rob anyone. Please don't call the authorities. Again. What else? What else happened? I did a different type of video yesterday, a long form interview, which hopefully you've seen and liked and prompted you to subscribe. Because if you didn't, I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight, and my pillows are already so wet, they're soaking, and they can't hold any more tears. There's no more room for tears in my pillows, so please just like and subscribe, comment, tell me how much you like my glasses. It would mean the world. But I made that video and I missed my office. Like, I work a full-time and a part-time job in here. If anyone's ever interested in what I do for a living, I work for a college. I work in higher education, and I'm also a college professor, which explains why my jokes don't land and I'm super awkward. This office is the receptacle of everything I do, including this YouTube video and all the other YouTube videos as well. So being away and filming somewhere else was just it was a little uncomfortable. I have the equipment that I've shown before that I can take on the road, and that's fun, but do I miss this sweet little space I've cultivated? Part of the unboxing that we'll do involves me going to a store and doing some shopping there and meeting the owner, talking to him about my YouTube channel, and him inviting me to film there. And after a day of filming at someone else's house, the prospect of doing more filming on the road, I was like, just leave it to Lunch Money Comics. I literally can't right now. So I think I will do some store stuff in the future, but it just has to. I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm trying to be the channel that gives you a peek behind the curtain, and it is a pain to film in a place where you don't control all the variables. It's not fun. It makes me envy people like Lunch Money even more, whose like whole channel is pretty much on the road. I tried to do this thing. This is the super peek behind the curtain. Pay no attention to the man pulling the levers. But I was filming with Gunter, and in the beginning I was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna slow roll out your videos. I'm not gonna do 3 videos, in 1 week of just me interviewing you. I'll spread them out over the next couple weeks, but we'll film them all in one day. So I'll have you change shirts. I'll change shirts. And you'll see one video where it's the clothing that we're wearing, the one that we did yesterday. You'll see another video where I wore the same shirt underneath, but I slipped on one of my geeky jerseys. That's not a comment on the jersey. It's the company, Geeky Jerseys. I switched, and he switched shirts, and it just felt so inauthentic and lame. And it felt like I was trying to trick you guys, and I hated that. So then the third video is just us going back to our normal ass clothing. So hopefully that's not too jarring when I put those out. It'll be over the next 2 weeks that his videos come out, but there it is. Yeah, let's just start opening packages. I've been meandering too much. You're here for comic books, not me, as evidenced by my tear-soaked pillow. Knife. That was more difficult than I wanted. I'll fast forward through the packages as I always do and wave this knife too close to my face so that I put myself in mortal danger. Oh, this one came with like, ooh, watch your ears. This one came with like a little Wakanda something. I'm gonna open it. It's a pin. Someone attached a pin to the outside of the box. It's a little Wakanda pin. Aw, I wish I cared about Black Panther. Anytime I get something like this, I stick it in a little pile. Like with this and that 9.8 Walking Dead book I talked about forever ago. I'm going to start bringing them to cons when I go out in these streets. And I'll let people know what con I'm going to go to, and I'll tell them the password, and you'll be able to just walk up to me and say, hey, watch your channel. Give that to me, and I'll just hand it over. But That won't be for quite some time. I imagine I won't start doing con stuff until, like, I don't know, 100 subscribers. If I can get 100 subscribers on this channel, and I'll start going to cons and doing footage. This is a box in a box. This one, good Lord. What have you done? How do I even? Jesus. I can solve the Rubik's Cube in 30 seconds and some of these package jobs. Oh, this is going to be special. Look at it's a sun chip box. I have to, you know what? Thank you for your order. Take care. I will. And you know, I'm picking on it, but the fact that this individual is repurposing cardboard, I can't. The 90s kid raised on recycling in me is pleased. And finally, the big boy. Ah, thank God he lived in a smoking home. What I ordered looks like bags of drugs, but that knife, legit, that knife almost just fell on my foot. Oh, that would have been so entertaining for you. I'm going to open these, but I won't go over them until the end. But I know what they are, so no surprise there, but I don't want to have to... What am I even talking about? Who cares? Done. It's the worst part. Editing that it's not so bad, but just opening it so quickly is a pain. First book I ordered. This is Vampirella number 25. I promise I'm not trying to be a Vampirella channel, but it is what it is. This completes my 1 through 26 run of good old Vampy. The scent of death hangs heavy over Nimrod, mightiest of all killers. That's actually pretty dope. Although I'm not crazy about... I guess I just realized, like, he's beheaded a lion. I'm not crazy about... I'm crazy about animal stuff on my covers. Next. Oh, this one. I didn't think I'd be seeing this one this early. This is my current favorite tippity tip top of Vampirella and Red Sonja covers. Look at that. This is just a sticker. If you learn anything about me today, let it be this. I am a huge fan of hard-boiled detective novels, and Vampy as the detective and the good-looking secretary type character. That's not me being sexist. That's like a Mickey Spillane novel. Zelda? I think her name is Zelda. His secretary. And she is just a badass in the books. And, the Mike Hammer novels. This just gets me. Oh, I love that. I'm going to stare at this for a while when I'm done with the unboxing. This is Vengeance of Vampirella number 1. It's a Clayton Crane cover. It's limited to 300 copies. I'm not a Vampirella channel. The way her hair is fanning out. Again, if you saw my other video, like, do more with her hair. You're not changing her costume, obviously. I love the moon is just the white space. That's really cool. That devilish grin. This one. No information on it. I haven't opened it up yet and read it yet. Yet being the operative word. Though I really like the blood river leading to this castle in the distance. This spooky castle. It's very Halloween-y. The red eyes on her, that's fantastic. It's the rarest artist that gives her those savage appeals that I like, where you're reminded she's vicious and she will dice you up Julian style if you mess with her. So anything that reminds you of that, those red beastly eyes, killer. This is Vampirella number 12 by Carla Cohen, limited to 300 copies. this is as close to photo cover as you can get while still being painted. I mean, if I held it back here, you'd assume this was just a photo. That's how excellent some of her covers are. Some of her cover artists, I should say. That little Mandark part is pretty cool. I also appreciate almost the fray in her neck piece. That's neat. You don't see that. If you saw my other Vampirella Virgin variant cover collection, just cover collection, I like the neons, and so this is a neon one. I can't remember the name of the artist, but I'm going to be so honest with you. I don't really like how this artist renders her. He makes her look wet. And I know this is in the rain. You're going to go, Ricky, obviously she's wet. She's outside in a thunderstorm. Look at some of the other Vampirella covers like that. Seriously, every image he does of her is, she just looks soaking wet, and I'm not crazy about it. Look at her hair. Look at her hair. Just way too much product. Her legs. And then the blue veins that stick through. I'm also not nuts. I feel like this art has contributed so much to Vampirella that I need to have at least one piece in the collection, and that it's neon goes with the other ones. Oh, thank God. Something that isn't Vampirella. Purgatoria. This is also one of the neon variants. This run right here, these last 4 books, and this one came from the same seller. And he had a lot of the neon stuff, so I scoop those up when I can. I like Purgatoria, especially when she interacts with Vampirella. It's not a Vampirella channel. Again, this is a Vampirella number 9, limited to 300 copies, Carla Cohen. One more time, all the way back here, you think it's a photo cover. The closer you get, that's when you realize it's painted. The curly hair, that Mandark part, so happy. Another Virgin, Vampirella and Red Sonja on the horse. This contains a lot of meaning. Frank Frazetta was a fantasy artist who famously did her issue number 1, right here. And arguably his most famous contribution to the arts was the Death Dealer, who I will put here. So whenever someone puts a Frank Frazetta adjacent character on a horse, I can't help but think that's something they're pulling from. Okay, this is the last of Vampirella, I promise. But if you remember, back in my other video, I went over this one. The reason why this one is so reflective is because this is a metal cover. No joke, this is my favorite image of Vampy that has come out this year. And so not only did I have to get the metal variant, I had to get the regular cover, which actually shows a lot better the definition of the character, how she looks. I love the tousled hair. Fantastic. And I also got the foil variant. So we've got the foil variant, the regular, and the metal now. The only thing I would need left is the trade dresses, and I don't collect the ones with the trade dresses. But this is the full set for serious. So this one right here, this is called Vampirella versus the Superpowers number 1. It just came out, I believe, a couple months ago. I think they're up to like issue 4 or 5 now. This is the 1 in 20 Sozumaki variant. That's who it is, Sozumaki. This book is annoying to purchase. Go on eBay right now. Look up Vampirella versus Superpowers Sozumaki variant. It's a 1 in 20. You're not paying less than $50 for this one. Try to find the foil variant. You won't. I'll spoil it for you. It's not on eBay as of me checking like an hour ago. It just doesn't exist. The book's a ghost. And I found a guy on Mercari who was selling it for 30. I asked if he'd take 20 and he did. I was blown away. I'm not entirely sure he knew how rare this book was, how hard it is to find. God, it glares so hard, these foil covers. But now with the set, ooh, that blood red. I couldn't be happier. That is my favorite printed image of Vampy in 2023. Next. This is a collection of books I bought when I was visiting Gunter for that video yesterday. We went to Nick's Comics. I can't remember the name of the city. I'll put the information over here. Really nice guy. He said that if I called ahead in the future, we could set up an interview. I could even film there if I wanted to. It's something Lunch Money Comics has been doing some filming in that store. Nick's store, It's so good, I can't help but find something I need every time I go there, and I would be honored to make that the first place that I film. It's not my forever store. My forever store is Double Midnight Comics and Collectibles in Manchester, New Hampshire. I've just been with them literally since I was 16. It's never going to change. But Nick's is a very special store to me. Every time Gunter and I get together and we do a comic book run, we'll do like a comic crawl, go to several different stores, pick up some books. We go to Nick's usually last because it's the closest to Gunter's house. And I'm like, I've got hundreds of dollars and boxes full in the car from all the other stores we went to. And I'm like, surely I won't find anything at Nick's. And every single time I find stuff there. And when you buy stuff, it's a point system with non-dissolving coupons. So I go there maybe once every 7 months, something like that. But when I do, I've got coupons waiting for me every time. It's a great store. But all these books came from Nick's. Here we go. This is Action Comics number 1048. This is a beautiful Superman cover of all just the famous Superman characters. And there's our best boy. There he is. Looking so cute. It's almost like he's going after the price tag. This one, I'm peeling the sticker off as we speak. Superman blow drying his long 90s hair and Krypto's big dumb face being big and dumb. This is a personal, it's a personal low stakes grail for my Krypto collection. I don't always want to put up the first appearance of Krypto and then 2 Krypto covers. Sometimes I just want to put up really fun ones, and this is a new big boy for me. Christmas just around the corner, and during the holiday season, every week from November to December, every Friday, ritualistically, I take down my 3 comics, the 3 that I have displayed over here, and I replace them with holiday issues. And I needed this in my collection for the holiday season. This is going to be fun. I have a holiday section of books that I put in my closet, and they only come out during the holidays, so I don't even look at them. I'll drop this one in, and I'll forget all the details. And I've forgotten the other books in there too, so it's fun. It's a fun little tradition I do every season. This was one of the Harley Quinn Book of Love bagged editions. If you've ever seen it, it's a black bag. I'll put a picture of it with Harley on the cover, and you don't know what you were going to get at the time. And so he had a copy for $5. If they're $5, I'll pick them up. And I'm not going for the set. It's just always fun to be like, what are you going to get? This is a variant cover of Nightwing with Bitewing. In case you didn't know, Nightwing has a doggy, and his doggy has 3 legs, and he's just a sweet little boy, sweet little pup. And this begins my newest collection I'm adding into all of this nonsense of Nightwing daddy covers. I call him daddy covers because he just looks so good in all of them. He looks so fit and healthy and happy. He's always smiling. Pound for pound, I would say Man of the Year, sexy style, goes to Nightwing. He just looks fantastic. Look, and here's the daddy cover. Oh yeah, yoga with Bitewing. There's a 3 little boy, little tripod, and we'll just, for science purposes, we'll just zoom in on that. But yeah, there's a couple more coming in the mail, so when I do my next mail call, I will absolutely show you what those look like. But this is Mr. Miracle number 14. He had a clean copy for $6. This brings my collection of Mr. Miracle from 1 all the way to 14. I think there's only 17 in the run. It's either the next issue or the one after where he marries Big Barda. I'm really close to having every Mr. Miracle issue. I'm going to need an entire different video for all of my New Gods stuff, all the different runs and collections that I have of New Gods. This one, though, I really want to finish that first Mr. Miracle run. And last, an absolute theft from Nick's Comics. I was going through his House of Mystery, and he had House of Mystery 160. This is not only the first appearance of Dial H for Hero, this is the first Silver Age appearance of Plastic Man. So it has this double key significance. Obito Comics talks about how fun this is because it's effectively Ben 10. This kid's got a phone. He can hit the buttons. He can access the superpowers of anybody that he needs to. And it's always just been a fun, silly kind of story. Silly character, but I really like it. Last. This is dead last. This is more because I'm a big reader and not so much about comics. So if you just want comics here, great. Love you. Please subscribe. Bye. But if you want to stick around for a little bit more, I got a real treat here for fantasy fans. I got a stack of Conan books. Not Robert E. Howard. I own all the Robert E. Howard, the original creator of Conan's stories. But this stack of books here, this was off of one Whatnot bookseller. If you're just going to Whatnot for comic books, you're doing it all wrong. If you are an actual book reader as well as comic books, go to one of those streams. They have awesome deals. So this whole stack I got for $50, just out of print, other authors doing Conan books. This is an omnibus of Robert Jordan. You might know him from The Wheel of Time, but he wrote a bunch of Conan books, and this one includes Conan the Magnificent, Conan the Triumphant, and Conan the Victorious. Look at that cover. You want to talk about covers? You want to talk about good, awesome covers? Talk about Conan. Put Conan's name in the ring. This is Conan the Defiant by Steve Perry. I've only read one Steve Perry Conan book. He wrote a ton of them. It was Conan the Indomitable, and it was, man, the villains were so fun. And I don't mean there were big bad villains, and then two of them, there was a witch and a wizard, and each one of them had a head lackey, and the head lackeys were they're head lackeys. They're getting tormented by the witch and the wizard, and so they're both going after Conan. But the lackeys team up and form like a union and get all the other minions together to leave the witch and the wizard. Great time. So I'm hoping I can get more of that from Conan the Defiant. I'm hoping I can get more of that from these books. Just that was so creative. Conan the Fearless, another sick cover. Middle of winter, ice everywhere, and Conan shirtless, looking great. This is by Harry Turtledove, big Western author. Conan of Venarium. Look at him. If that's Conan, that's a young Conan. That's cool. They don't do a lot of really young buck on the street Conan books. I dig that. Conan the Valorous by John Maddox Roberts. Conan's. That's not blood. That is a skirt he's wearing, because if you don't learn anything about Conan, learn that he cares about fashion. Nothing on the top, but that skirt's been cultivated. Conan the Unconquered, another Robert Jordan story. Conan the Sword of Skelos by Andrew Offutt. He's about to swing that censer into some poor fool's face down here. And there's a lady just waiting for him to be done. Call me when you're done. This is the most metal title. Conan and the Spider God. Oh, this might be the next book I read. No fooling. That's really cool. Conan the Warlord. If this is the first time you're hearing it, I'm happy to reveal this to you. Conan fights snake people a bunch. Even the Arnold Schwarzenegger original movie showed James Earl Jones turning into a giant snake person. So Conan the Warlord, apparently he's gonna chop up some garden snakes. And finally, last one I got in that whole collection, which was only $50, Conan the Defender by Robert Jordan. And I don't see much defending going on, Conan. I don't see much defending at all, unless this is like a Odin from One Piece moment where he's holding up a friend and he's like, "I won't let you burn, buddy." Though I have my suspicions with that expression that Conan's just about to toss the guy into the fire. Sorry, buddy, you got to go. That is my haul. I have a couple more boxes coming in that when they come in, I'll do another haul video, I promise. But I'm going to be saving a bunch of money. And the reason why I'm sharing that isn't so that I can, flex. I'm not YouTube flexing right now. This is so I can kind of hold myself accountable that This time next year, I'm going to a Comic-Con in Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi. My cousin Dave, who got me those comics a couple weeks ago, he lives down there. I'm going to go visit him, and we're going to go to a comic convention. And I want to be a high roller for at least once in my life. I have a lot of big books, and I've bought books on eBay, and that's fun. But just going into a convention with a stack of cash and negotiating, I love negotiating. Negotiating is so fun to me. Some people shy away from it. They feel awkward about it. No, when we used to go to horror conventions, me and my friends, a couple years ago, I think the last one we went to was like 12 years. I had a friend, Dan, who would be like, can I just tell you what I want? You can haggle them down. Yes, of course. I have so much fun doing that. So I want to save a big pile of money, and I want to go to a convention and buy something enormous, some huge, significant, big old key. And I want to do it on camera. I want to do it with you guys, but I can't do that unless I save some money. And so, like I said at the beginning of the video, I work for a college, but as a part-time job, I'm also a college professor. And so that part-time job drops in chunks of money throughout the year, and there's droughts in between where usually I earn that chunk of money. I teach for about 8 weeks, and then that's what I use for the next couple months while I'm waiting for the next teaching class to come in, so that I can spend that money. So what I'm going to do for the next almost year from now is just save those classes, stack those pennies, watch that piggy bank swell, and get to a point where when July of next year comes around, I can get that big book, make that dream come true. My only concern in the comic book community, YouTube appears to be obsessed with finance. Haul videos do really well. Shopping videos do really well. Hey, check out this book I just bought. Look at me at a flea market. And if I'm saving money, I can't do that stuff. So there is a bit of worry in me about, like, is my budding young channel going to die in the vine if I can't just dump money into comic books every week? So I'm going to be working on a lot of commentary content in like expressing how much I care about the characters and the stories. It's not going to be so much shopping. So if you like that, this is going to sound insulting, but if you actually like comic stories and that type of discussion, please stick around. It's going to be fun. But if you're looking for, I want week over week, I want someone going to stores and buying stuff, you're just not going to find it here. So I hope I can bring you along on this just exploratory journey of comic books and what they mean to me, what they mean to you, and what they mean to us. And hopefully, you don't run away when you realize I'm not dumping $1,000 a week on books. Yeah, that's all. Happy 4th of July. Have fun. Be safe. Love you. Bye.